Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another amazing episode. In today's video, I want us to get to look into a car. This is one of the most popular and iconic cars, which were known way back for performance. And these are cars whose production goes way back to 1957, and the production has been ongoing over the years. Also, we have also seen a lot of transformation and upgrades. And the car that we'll be looking into today is the Skyline. So the Nissan Skyline mostly there are a couple of series which were released into the market, but the most popular one is the GT-R. And of course, we'll be looking into some special features which makes this car unique, and of course liked by so many people in that is liked by so many users. And the reason for that, we'll be looking in detail. So pay attention, guys, because I'll be taking you through all the features which makes this car to be exceptional. And of course, guys, if you're a person who do like conversation about cars, this is the channel for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, which is just below here. Turn on the notification bell so that each and every time I'm bringing you a new episode, you can always be notified. We also do appreciate hearing your thoughts, and you can get to share it with us on the comments section regarding different areas regarding cars, as well as your experience with this particular one. You can just go ahead and get to talk to us on the comment section. So also, before we get to the main segment, it's important that you get to understand that these cars over the years they have undergone different transformation, and we have had multiple generations of these cars. We had the R32, we had the R33, as well as the R34. So we'll be looking into all those. So stick around for this conversation. For now, just allow the intro to roll, and I'm going to see you after the intro. We'll be starting by looking at main features when it comes to the motor that gets to power this car. Remember, this is a car which was known for basically for good performance. And with the Nissan Skyline, we have a couple of engine series, but the most popular one is the 2.6 liter petrol engine, which is an engine which has very unique specs. First of all, it's important that we get to understand the engine that powers the Nissan Skyline is the RB26DETT, and this is an engine which is more open for modifications for even higher performance. So with this engine, remember we're talking about an engine which is a 2.6, which is a quite a standard engine, and of course it's an engine which can get to give out a lot of power in terms of horsepower. So we are talking about an engine which gets to give out the power output is 276 horsepower, which is quite a lot for such a car which has a very small body, as we'll be seeing when you get to look at the exterior features. So also another important thing is to realize that this is an engine which comes with turbochargers. It has twin turbocharger, and these to really get to show you that this engine can get to be pushed to its top speed. Remember, with the Nissan Skyline, we are talking about a car which was basically developed or built purely for giving maximum power. So with this engine, we're talking about a car which comes with 6 cylinders with inline 6 cylinder arrangement, and with 6 cylinders, we're talking about 24 valves, 4 per every cylinder. And of course, this also engine comes with the technology of the double overhead camshaft, which I've said time and again, it's very important when it comes to proper engine performance, as well as the smooth running of the engine. So that's also something that we're seeing with this the Nissan Skyline, the GT-R. So also another important thing to realize with this engine is the fuel system. We're talking about an engine which gets to use the electronic fuel injection, which is quite something which makes also this engine to be to give out to have a better performance, because in terms of fuel regularities, you'll be seeing this engine is also not a bad one. So apart from that, generally those are the most unique features that we'll be realizing with it. So it's also important that we get to understand that this engine also comes paired with either a manual transmission system or either an automatic transmission system. But most people, especially people who are buying this car purely for performance, they prefer going for the manual, because with the manual, remember, you can get to make the car move as you like, not as per the system. So majority of them that you'll be seeing in our Kenyan road, they are the manual unit. So now let's just go ahead, guys. We get to look at the interior aspects of this the interior specs of this car. Well, when we get to talk about the interior of the GT-R, one thing you can't fail to realize is this iconic logo that you always get to see with the GT, which is located in the middle of the steering. We're talking about this logo right here. And this particular unit that we're looking at, this is among the latest units that we have out here. And that's the reason why you can see there's a lot of new features and updates in the interior and the center console. So like this one, you can see this is an automatic unit. You can get to realize that with this level over here. This car, you can see with the infotainment system, it has that digital display. You can see we have the digital display for the infotainment system, which also comes configured with the map navigation as well as the climate control. Over here we have the dual climate control. You can get to doing it by just turning these knobs over here. And of course, for this particular unit, it has a start push button right here. So for the case of the windows, the electric power, as well as for the side mirrors, you can see for the case of the seats, they have that sporty aspect. We're talking about the back seat, which makes the passenger to be very, very comfortable. That is both for the front seat as well as the rear seat. So this car, basically, we're talking about a car which can comfortably get to fit 4 to 5 passengers depending with the size, but generally 4 can be very, very comfortable in here. So for the seats, we could get units which have the fabric upholstery, or either you can get to do aftermarket modification whereby you get to have leather upholstery, but that will be a choice that you have to make. But majority of them comes with a fabric upholstery. So moving forward, you can see these units. This is a manual unit. You can see with the level over here. This is a bit a third generation GT. That you can see even with the radio infotainment system, we are not seeing any digital, or that is the digital display, as well as for the driver's cockpit. You can see most of the displays here. They are analog. They are analog gauge system. So for the case, this for the fuel, this for the temperature, this for the RPM, and this right here, this is for the speed. So uh, basically it comes with a very driver focused cockpit, which is a plus for anyone in there. So now let's just go ahead and get to look at the exterior features. Well, looking from the outside, guys, you can see it's a car which has a very big extended hood. And the reason for that is to give room for accommodation of the six pistons, the six-cylinder engine that it's required to push this car to its top speed. That's why you have an extended bonnet. But generally, it also gets to give the car some very, very unique look. So we're talking a car which are basically most of them, they are two-door. And of course, in order for you to access the back seat, you have to fold the or one of the seats, that is either the driver's seat or the passenger's seat. For the case of the wheel, we are talking about a car which comes with either the 15-inch wheel or even the 17, depending on the unit that you get. And of course, with the Skyline, one thing is for sure and unique with it is the round looking, the circle looking rear lights, which are legendary and iconic with these with the dot, that is with the Nissan Skyline. So also other features to realize, of course, for the case of the headline, we are talking about the halogen headlights, which are standard with a very big lower bumper grille right here, which gets to give the car ability for proper cooling because the engine, of course, having in mind we are talking an engine which comes with turbochargers. It really need proper cooling for it to show maximum performance. So for the case of the aerodynamics, the car also, in terms of the shape, allows the easy navigation and less resistance from the air. Also talking about things like the quad circular taillights. I've already talked about that, which is an iconic thing with most of the Skyline, without forgetting, of course, the Nissan logo at the back. Most of the units will be seeing them with the spoiler, which allows the car to have proper stability when cruising at high speed, which is something that you get to see also with most the sport cars. So generally, that's what you get with the Nissan Skyline. Talk to me if I've missed out something. And of course, if you haven't considered hitting the subscribe button, go and do that so that you'll be that part of this community. That's it for today, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next time. Peace, guys.